Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Darkatous over here, and what you're watching right now is me being so bored in Mob of the Dead. And it's not like the game is bad. I mean, not the game, the map. It's a hell of a map, honestly. But like after doing the same shit, this is literally what I did to get to that round, and I die a few times on this because the first two few times was my little brother who started the game. He left, then I finished it, and then some, like, you know, when I'm, for example, in the actual map, I mess around, I die. The thing is that this map is so freaking easy, my dude, that I could literally do this shit with my eyes closed. I could literally do this shit with my eyes closed, for the most part. Like, that map is so freaking easy that, like, honestly, let me rephrase that. All you need in this map is to be in the bridge, Golden Fork, Spork, until it's basically useless, which is in this round. But even then, it's still somewhat useful, and then in the higher round, you just go in circle and do this. Practically charge up your health redeemer, or whatever the fuck the upgraded version is called. You shoot it. And honestly, I have a stupid amount of gameplay right now on this, and I have gameplay where I'm like in round 30 something on no Origins 2 without dying and without quick revive. But it's because round 30 something, and especially in these two Black Ops 2 maps where like Mob of the Dead and Origins, I do not like to go for rounds higher than those 30 something. Either it's nighttime and I have something to do in the morning, or I just get bored, and yeah, it's just like I did this mostly to show. It's not a bad map, my dude, but it's like for anybody who ever complains about getting to high round, I purposely went down to lose all my perks and show how easy it is to like just do this without no perks either. Practically what you're doing is just going in circles. But this is not what the video is about, honestly. I have not made a video in a few days, and I was planning to make a video to talk about Call of Duty and why in Battlefield, but I'm mostly just gonna stick to Call of Duty. But Battlefield, the only thing I have to say about it, it's like the things they've done wrong so far is trying to copy Call of Duty so much. Like, for example, Battlefield 1, they did this to compete with Call of Duty since they didn't give us a World War II era or that kind of back in the past Call of Duty, so they took the advantage to do that. And the game is not bad in Battlefield 1, it's just after a while I get bored, and then I don't want to play it until a long time, and then it just goes into a cycle. It's not something I can see myself doing it every day, and it's not because the game is so difficult or anything like that. It's because it just doesn't have that Battlefield thing, and plus it's not even that. It's like, yeah, of course there's some few guns that have like variants, but when has variants in any Call of Duty been good at all? Like, look at Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, and are those any of the like top premier Call of Duties? No, they're not. It's like basically the best way to say variants did not help them any much more. So you got that damn right that the variant in Battlefield 1 is not gonna impress me either, honestly. Like, yeah, one has a weirder looking sight, the other one doesn't, or blah blah, like the Automatico, you know, it just doesn't impress me. That's because Battlefield tried to get the group of people that are getting sick of the new feature Call of Duty and try to get those people into, like, you know, snatch the Call of Duty customers into Battlefield by giving them what they want. Battlefield, for the most part, the Battlefields that I've seen and I played that have been great have been mostly around like the Modern Warfare era, kind of that, like how Modern Warfare 2 is in the modern era. That's where Battlefield honestly like should just, for the most part, stay around, or at least an era where there's not like that minimum amount of weapons, if you understand what I'm saying. Because Battlefield is basically a larger version of Call of Duty with a lot of the times they have more variation of weapons, better servers, and all that stuff. But yeah, you kind of screwed yourself over instead. And like, you were thinking, oh yeah, let's go back in time. Instead of going back to World War II, which would have a better chance, no, they just went to World War One. Trying to basically have a good idea and thinking that oh wait, I have an even better idea to suppress it, to like make it better. Instead of World War II, let's go to World War One. That's kind of like the kind of things that people do. They think too much ahead, or think like just too much. Now this video is gonna be short for all purposes, and yeah. Now Call of Duty, I wanted to wrap this up, needs to basically stop focusing on adding these fancier graphics, these weird looking comic book looking characters like from Black Ops 3, but it's whatever, they made it work. But then the fact that Infinite Warfare tried to do it too just showed that like Treyarch can make anything work, so it's like I can't really have too much of an excuse for them while like using them for an example. So it's like all that fancy stuff needs to go out of the closet. I mean, needs to be put back in the closet into a storage room, and they need to now focus on making the gameplay better. And when I say that, get better servers, stuff like how Battlefield, you rarely ever lag and all that nonsense does not happen. You have better connections for the most part, and the servers are much better on Battlefield than it is in Call of Duty. Call of Duty needs to focus on that mechanic side, and all that cool stuff could honestly be there for all I care, but at least make sure that your game runs properly or just runs well. This should have been not a problem since like at least COD Modern Warfare 2, or not even that, like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 should have been the time at the latest that they should have honestly fixed all of this. Here's where I just decided to kill myself a bunch of times because I got that bored. But yeah, I died 9 times, spoiler. It just, sometimes I decide to kill myself. It's just because I go in circles too much, my dude, that it basically gets boring and I'm just hurting my finger for the process. But back to the topic. We need to get the hint to Call of Duty that, okay, graphics are nice and good now, okay, we have been well advanced in that statement, but can we actually now have better like servers, all of these stuff that all the other cool games have, but we don't? Like, how come every other game, like Titanfall, Battlefield even, like I mentioned, even Star Wars Battlefront, they have better connections, less issues, less lag, better servers and all that stuff, and we can't? Call of Duty, you need to basically focus on that and put the graphics and all these cool weird looking shit away and make the game also feel more mature. But that's all I have to say for now. Hope you guys enjoy this silliness, and I have more gameplay of this plus Origins, and this is the original map. So it's been your boy Darkatous, and I'm out. Peace.